Hey, I'm Al McGhee with YATicket.com. I'm here with Stephen Lebowitz, MovieNight.net. Well, we're here to talk about this brand new movie called Red One, starring The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. And also in this one, too, is J.K. Simmons. He plays Santa Claus or the Red One. And also, we got Chris Evans. He's in this film. Man, he really
Captain
chose a good
America.
role for this one. Yeah, for this one. And we got other people in here too in this film. But let's get to the premise of this film. This film is about Santa Claus being kidnapped. So, of course, Johnson, he plays Callum Drift, and he's the head of security for the North Pole. I never thought they needed the head of security for the North Pole, but they got it. And then again, this is not the only film I've seen where, well, they kidnapped Santa Claus and you had to go save him and things like that. But let's start off with you, MovieNight.net, Stephen Lebowitz. What are your thoughts, or what parts of this film that you liked?
Well, you know what, Al, it's funny a movie like this because there's other movie critics out there who I feel don't take their job seriously, and in that they're really almost there to kiss studios' butt. Because I bet you, I guarantee you, you will see like on a commercial because critics do this just to get their name on a movie commercial saying an instant Christmas classic, and this is not an instant Christmas classic, Al. It has
Well, I
entertaining.
agree with you on that. It's not a Christmas classic,
But no,
but it is a
nor an
Christmas
instant one.
movie.
Yes, it's a Christmas movie for sure. But I notice how people critics sometimes love to put that out there about almost any Christmas movie just to try to get their name on a commercial, maybe.
Yeah, and get
But
the quotes in and things like that. Yeah, yeah, I
yeah, and yeah.
understand.
So now this has some entertainment value to it, but it wasn't that great. Originally, it wasn't set for just to be on Amazon Prime. Like it wasn't going to be a movie theater release. And I really feel a
Really?
lot of those movies. Yes, and I found out I found that out, and a lot of those movies almost have like a not a great theatrical feel to this, and I didn't think this one did either. I mean, there's a lot of action in this movie, but a lot of the action scenes weren't just up. I never got really drawn into the action much. Sometimes yes, sometimes no, but mostly no. I mean, this was directed by Jake Kasdan. He did the Jumanji movie, so he's familiar with Dwayne Johnson there. But so it's always like a bit more of a comedic action guy. And so I didn't really get into the action too much. I mean, I see what he was trying to do. There's some entertainment value. I did think some of the like, one-on-one times, like sometimes between Dwayne Johnson and Chris Evans, they have a little bit of a serious moment. And Chris Evans has a son in this movie. Him and his son in the scene have some serious moments, which are sentimental and sweet. But overall, I just feel this was almost like I guess if you see this movie before, this kind of premise, and
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, that's true.
so
But
I just feel it just didn't. It wasn't completely up to snuff. I was entertained.
well, I disagree with you on that. I think it was up to snuff, and I think the action in it is very good. I like the storyline too. It's to me, it's very entertaining. But let me talk about just one of the stories. And let's talk about Chris Evans' character Jack. In the beginning, they showed Jack. He showing people where they get the gifts that Santa Claus didn't bring them gifts and things like that that their
The kid,
parents
yeah,
bought them, and he never did believe in Santa Claus. And then it goes up to 30 years later. He's a bounty hunter and he's a hacker on the dark web. And so they needed his help to try to find Santa Claus. Now, I will admit the action was good, some of the fighting scenes was good, and some of the funny takes within the film was good. Now, when they try to be kind of serious, that's when I didn't like it that much. But I really enjoyed this. And also, they got this witch in there. She's in there and she wants to punish people. And I like Lucy Liu. I like her main character in this also. I thought this film was highly entertaining for me, and I truly enjoyed it.
okay, that's okay. Because I just found it entertaining, not high entertaining. Like I never got bored. I never really thought, and I never like looked at my watch or anything to see how much time was left. So I enjoyed it, but not overly much. I was like, I guess I was hoping for a little bit more. But I think audience would like it. It's not a family film. this is not something you'll be taking your like 6 and 5-year-olds to, because there is a fair amount of cursing in the movie. The S word gets dropped a lot. The F word almost comes up once. So there is a lot, if you know. So this is the kind of movie where you think you want to take your little children to, but any parent
Yeah,
who wants to do that should know there is a lot of cursing in the movie. So you have parents, and
PG
you know,
13.
that is PG-13. Some people just almost, a lot of parents almost ignore PG-13. They just PG-13 and PG the same. Nope, that's why they made PG-13. So any parent who thinks, hey, we got to take the kiddies to see this, they should know first. And there was some a little bit, with Krampus. You see Krampus coming involved, and there are some maybe a little bit scary looking creatures in there. Again, so if you're a parent, you should definitely err on the side of caution. Maybe you want to see the movie for yourselves first before you take your little ones to go see it.
Yeah, I agree with you that they really have to make sure they don't take the little kids to see this at all because of the cursing, and then too some of the fighting and some of the action scenes too. But the premise, the subject matter too, they should take the kids so they can understand you can't always be naughty all the time, and you should be a good person. I like that theme in this film also. But I read one again, like I said, it was entertaining to me and for me, and I had a few laughs in that. Not no real big belly flopping laughs, but enough for me to sit there and watch this film, Red One. So, how are you going to rate this film?
I'm only going to give it 2 swords out of 4, Al.
Well, I'm going to give it 3 out of 4. And the reason I'm giving it 3 out of 4, well, that makes it almost like a B movie. And also, but it was entertaining. It wasn't the best film I've seen this year. Not
Oh
one of
no.
the best Christmas films I've seen also. Trust me, I've seen horrible Christmas films. But this one is right up there. Will it be a Christmas classic? Who knows? I doubt it, but it's a film you can watch during the holidays.
You know, I know my favorite movie still is A Christmas Story. I'll go back and watch that again.
Oh my goodness. Don't remind me. Come on. Leave me alone. I,
4 swords out of 4.
I know, man. I
That's a
know.
classic.
I
That's a
know.
Christmas classic.
I
That's a
know.
Christmas classic. So that's up to this day. They still play it 24 hours between Christmas Eve and Christmas
But
Day.
that's a
So,
different type of movie. Didn't have all that CGI, and it was very family oriented. But anyway, I
oh,
don't want to review that one.
thank you for reminding me. The CGI was not great. I noticed a lot of times it looked a little bit cartoony, a little bit, kind of, when like sometimes when they had like a special effect creature in there, I can kind of really see that was a special effect creature, like it was like almost like superimposed. So for a movie like that should have a great budget, I thought the special effects were a little lacking here too on
Well,
on some shots.
well, they spent $250 million on this film.
They should have spent.
$250 million.
Well, they should have spent.
So
They
I
did.
thought that.
They should have spent 251 to get a little more, special effects money in there.
Well, I thought the special effects were very good. I thought they were. I thought they were very good. Like I said, I enjoyed it. And I could pick at it, but it was an enjoyable, entertaining film. Red One.
Listen, I'm not saying people should not see it. I said I was entertained. I just wasn't wildly entertained. So that's why I give it 2. You were a little more entertained. That's why you gave it 3.
Exactly. Well, Steve Lebowitz, the MovieNight.net. Thank you for coming on here and being with me to review this film, Red One, which
Fun to come
starts
back.
in theaters soon. It won't be on Amazon soon. It'll be in the theaters. You got to pay your money to go see this one, baby. Yeah. And hey, have a great day. And thanks for watching us.